Hey everybody, this is your favorite Wild PK. Yes, it's Lady Abdullah, and I have another special guest. I have Rhonda Dinkins with me. Now, you guys, I don't know anybody who don't know Rhonda here in the Middle Georgia area, and obviously she is famous in Texas as well, as I found out. My sister said she ran into somebody that you knew, and I was like, well. Small world, I know, small world. And she is my worship leader. She is my worship pastor. She is a sister in Christ. She is a friend. She is a caring, loving, genuine person. She is a fashionista. Like, I don't know anybody who's playing these streets like Mama Rhonda. Don't come looking for her, okay? She has the address for you to come visit, okay? She's like, oh no, you need to come to my house. I'd be like, yeah, I just need to. Every time I see her, she's flawless. That's my introduction for you. But Rhonda, I don't like to tell anybody's story. Go ahead and talk a little bit about yourself. Tell the people who you are, girl.
Okay, well, as she already stated, my name is Rhonda. I am known, I don't know how well, so it's good to know that people do know who I am. Mm-hmm. I'm just a young girl. I am the worship leader at Presence Church, Perry, so y'all come out and see what's going on there. I do get the chance to serve alongside Alicia, which is a beautiful thing. Also, I am in business with my family, which is my mom and my sister. It's called Eclectic by Jeante Mo. It's something that we love to do, hence the shirt. I'm also a wife, a mother. I've been a wife for 16 years, been a mom for 13 years. I have 3 kids, a 12-year-old. I'm trying to keep up, a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old. I do have a blended family, so we are a party of 8. So we have 6 kids in all. Yep. And they're adults. They're 21 and 20. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I'm very busy. I do have a full-time job as well. So full-time job, full-time mom, full-time wife, full-time entrepreneur, full-time ministry, because you know that doesn't stop. So I have a very hectic, busy schedule.
See, and that's why I wanted you to do this interview, because a lot of times, we tell ourselves that we can't do it all, and we don't have the capacity to do it all. And it's not that you're perfect, and it's not that it's not hard, but you are still, still working your regular 9-to-5 job. You're still a mom. You're still a wife. You are pursuing your business, and even with your own personal music. And then, you're still heavily involved in ministry as well. I mean, how do you juggle all of these hats? I mean, I really do think it's amazing that you're finding the wave and you're riding it out. How do you do it, Rhonda?
It's definitely not easy. A lot of times people are real cliche when they say it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a village to be healthy, and to balance life. I would say, of course, my covering, my pastors, Pastor Justin and Pastor Tina, have really been influential in me and my family's life. I really didn't operate in the sense of having boundaries or having structure. I was just going with the flow, just like life, anybody else, just going with the flow. But I have come to realize through her teaching, Pastor Tina, that you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional with your life, every aspect of your life, whether it's budgeting, balancing, having boundaries, and being able to say, no, I can't do it today. I'm overwhelmed. I typically don't say no. And that was a problem in the past. Like I didn't know how to say no. I'm not a person of no. Like I always want to help. I always want to be available. And, the realization of it is that we're not. And so
Right.
able to balance things. You know, I work my 9 to 5. I have this boutique, this online boutique that's 24/7, so that never ends. You know, and you have your family that never ends, and ministry never ends. So just being able to be more intentional with the things that I can control, because we are primarily online. My boutique is primarily online, so I try to schedule posts or schedule a day where I can do content, or schedule a time where I can devote like an hour or two to the business, and then also making sure that I don't lose sight of being a mom and being a wife, and you know, and like I said, ministry is 24/7. So just finding that balance and being able to have those boundaries and having realistic talk. You know, like today I can't do it. Today I'm overwhelmed, you know, and just being in that space and being okay with asking for help. Because a lot of times we have all these hats, we're trying to juggle all these things, but then pride steps in and we're like, we don't tell anybody.
Right.
We don't want to ask. We want to be the superwoman, right? We want to be able to handle it all ourselves. And the truth of the matter is that's why we have people in our lives, is to ask for help. To say, hey, I can't do this on my own, or having that conversation with your spouse or significant other to say, hey, I just need a moment, you know? Right. So I just say, just that's how I'm able to be vulnerable too, and humble, and just saying that I need somebody, you know? And so that's how I balance all of these hats. It's not easy, but you know, I try to make sure that I communicate and just let people know that I'm not okay, because I am a person that shuts down. Well, I used to be a person that would shut down and try to handle it myself, but I'm learning to be more vocal about my needs and what I need. So
you working on that thing. That's what I heard. I love that. I mean, what I picked out of what you said was, you know, boundaries has been very helpful for you, saying no to things, and not just because, you know, even if you can or can't do it, just saying no because you know you need some space for yourself, finding that balance.
Absolutely.
That way, and then being intentional about it. Like, I think that has been the common theme for the last couple of ladies that have spoken, Pastor Tina, and Mr. Ashley Avila, even myself, just being intentional, like cutting out your day so that you can intentionally be effective in the things that you want to do. Now, I want y'all to know, okay, working with family is difficult because they know you the best and technically the worst, because you can evolve and they're like, well, this is how you do. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that no more. Like she just said, I am, you said you would, when you're dealing with stuff, you kind of just close everything off and you're trying to do better with, and it's like, well, Rhonda just shut everything down. She don't talk to nobody. And it's like, the reality behind it is that she's growing as well. Things is changing for her as well. So in doing business with family, how challenging has that been?
Okay, so that's another cliche. You know, I don't believe in cliches, and you know, they always say that you can't work with family. And when we started this business, first of all, it was my mom's vision. My mom wanted to leave a legacy for, and for her daughters in particular, because she had all daughters. She had three daughters, and she's always been into fashion. My mom was born in New York, Brooklyn, New York. So it's like the fashion capital, right? And so she's always been intrigued by it, and it's something that she loves, and it's something that we all love as well. But it was actually her vision, and what we did was just brought it to life. She told us what she wanted. Of course, we like fashion as well. We like looking nice. You know, it's our superpower. It's something about when we put our clothes on and our makeup and our hair, we just feel like someone else. Like it's our superpower. We're on that power to exude and, you know, and overflow. And that's how the business was birthed. And it's been very challenging, because I think the main thing about being in business with your family is that you can't separate the two. You can't separate personal from business. And that was something that we dealt with our first year business. We're going into our third year. But I know it's exciting. Our first year is very challenging because we couldn't see each other as equals. We kept seeing each other as mother, daughter, but no, when we're in business, we're partners.
Yeah.
And a while for us to grasp concept, hence what you said. Oh no, you can't do this because I know you used to do, but that has nothing to do with my business mind. You know me as your daughter, but when it comes to the business, this is exactly it. So we had to really break those walls down and say, for the better of the business, we're talking about the business. We're not talking about Rhonda or Monique, which my mom calls me. We're not talking about Monique. We're talking about Rhonda as your partner, not as your daughter. So, sometimes we may get stern and the other person may not like that because I'm the sister or I'm the mom,
Right.
So
right.
Right. We had to really become more business minded. And I think that's where a lot of families fail when they go into business because they can't separate the two. But it's been a beautiful thing. It's something about being on one accord. And I'm sure you know this when it comes to worship, the same thing with worship. When we all have the same mindset, when we all have the same agenda, when we all come in ready to go, it's magical. Just like with the business, you can tell when we're off. You can tell when we're upset. You can tell when it's just like nothing goes right. But as soon as we're on one accord,
right,
the content is banging, the products are banging, the sales are exploding, going, off the rockers. It's explosive when you're on one accord. And so it has had its challenges. But I can definitely say it's growing pains, and you have to stay consistent, because I think without consistency, you'll see that sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. But if it's something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. So.
Oh, I love that. That's such a sweet thing to say. So, I do this to all of the people who I interview. I stalk y'all Facebook and I stalk y'all Instagram and I stalk everybody's everything everywhere. So I didn't realize how much, and this is another video that I was talking about, how your past almost, when you finally get to where you're supposed to be, that vein that you're supposed to be in, how much of your past just shows up in your purpose. Like, I saw you modeling. I saw you in all these photo shoots. I saw you. I mean, your rap sheet, girl, alone, when it comes to fashion, hair, modeling, like, it's ridiculous. It's definitely for a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I love. And like you said, it's so amazing when you go back and look at your journey and the things that you've done. It's all in line with what you love. Like, I love singing. I love being around people. I love fashion. And I've been so blessed to be able to have experienced that with so many different types of people, and so many, rooms that I would have never thought I would have been in. And I thank God for that. I thank God for my journey. And I don't think that it's over. I definitely don't. But it's definitely an alignment. It is definitely something that you start from the beginning and you just see it just developing. And, when I did the modeling, I did it because I started modeling with this girl named Katrina Duggar, and she's from my hometown, and they started this thing called Curve Appeal. And I was just so empowered by what it stood for. Of course, I am a plus size woman. Shout out to our big, beautiful women.
Yes.
And so the whole thing about it is just the movement of just embracing and loving where you are. Not saying that I want to be plus size. So let's get that straight. Of course, I want to be healthy. Yeah. Do I want to be skinny? No. But however, the whole overall perspective is empowerment and loving what God has designed.
Yeah.
And so I fell in love with the concept and the mission and the meaning behind it. And that's why I joined. And of course, life happens. And, I started having kids, got So many things, but definitely it propelled me to want to be a voice for plus size women. So that's why when we started the boutique, I said we definitely have to sell plus size clothes. Definitely have to do that because I want to continue to stand on that and make that my purpose.
That's a blessing. It's been a blessing to me. I got a couple of outfits myself, Ooh, went out with my hubby. He couldn't keep his hands off me when we was at the restaurant that night. I was like, ooh.
That's that power. That's what you're supposed to feel like when you put your clothing on. And that's why when I tell you God is all in that, like all in the business comes to that, because I want people to feel empowered. And I want them to feel sexy without having to show their body or, show so many parts. I want them to feel sexy and confident in whatever they're wearing. And so that's another reason why I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to be the model for my product. I really did. I wanted it to be different from what everybody else was doing. Mm-hmm. I'm a creative director, so I do all of the social media. And so I wanted it to be a business where the people would see us, real people. Right. Like we test our products, we try on our clothing. If it's not up to our standard, we don't post it. We typically probably would give it away or something like that. But we take pride in what we sell. Like this is not just something, I like clothing, so I'm just going to sell this, or this is in, so I'm just going to do. No, we test everything and we take pride in whatever we post. So that's why I think it's so special. Eclectic by Jeante Mo is so dear to my heart because we really care about what we put out.
That's a blessing. You said you were going right into my next question, because in the church, you did though. In the church, being sexy is like taboo, and I don't know why. Why? And it's not even just like a specific religion or a specific culture or anything like that. Sometimes it's just when people think of church, they think of dresses all the way up to your neck, covering all of your knees, your ankles, and you got those big penny loafer shoes on. And as a woman of faith, a believer, what would you say to encourage someone to just step out there and embrace their body? Because that's what you guys are really promoting, just really embracing your body.
Yeah. And that's why we call it your superpower, because if your sexy is showing off your cleavage, then that's your sexy. I think it's the freedom in knowing what's sexy to you. Yeah. I don't have on something that's revealing to feel sexy. I think sexy is an attitude. I think it's how you feel about yourself. I don't think it's necessarily what you put on. I think that what you put on is an additive to it. It enhances your but it's definitely your attitude, your perspective, or how you feel. I can be sexy in a lingerie robe, a robe, not just the lingerie itself, but the robe, because of the way it makes me feel. Right. So definitely your perception on it. And then being in ministry and being in church, I think that a lot of people from tradition has basically ruined the mentality of how you should feel about yourself or what you should wear to church. And it's just people's own misconception of the Bible and what it actually means, or like my pastor would say, the theology of what you've learned. And we don't have to be covered up from head to toe, but we can be and still be sexy. Like we have a set that's called the Adele set. The Adele set covers every part of your body. It has turtleneck, long sleeve. It has this long drapery piece that comes from the shirt, but it's one of our sexiest pieces for plus size. Right. It's a 2-piece set. You do your own creativity with it. I wore the top with a pair of jeans. And it's definitely not what you put on. That's not the sexy mentality. It's definitely a feeling of how you feel about yourself. And, the clothes are just an additive.
That's how I feel about makeup too, because there was a season of my life where I was doing makeup for shout out to Fort Valley State, Royal Elite Modeling Troupe, one of the founding members over here. Yep. And I used to do the makeup for him there. And you know, it was the beginning of like having your face baked and your face beaten, and it'd be real heavy. And I was like, that's fine for show, you know, that's fine for show. If you're doing pictures, that's fine. If and you know, and you can wear your makeup however you want. I said, but your natural beauty is just as beautiful. It's an accent. Makeup should be an accent, not if I don't have this on, I am nothing today. You're like, so let's take a second. You're still awesome. You're still beautiful. You're still talented. You're still smart. You're still funny. You're still creative. Like, these things should not keep you so bound up. And and I think that's the opposite end of it. That's right.
Because we don't have to. That's why I'm saying it's all perception and how you feel about it. Now it's I'm so in love with our slogan because it is our superpower. It definitely is. It lifts us up. Of course, my husband does not like any of this. He doesn't like the hair. He don't like the makeup. He don't like the eyelashes. He don't like the nails. Anything. And he always says, because your natural beauty is all that I need to see. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing it because I don't like who I am.
Right.
That's definitely not. It's to enhance or make me feel like if I'm going somewhere, I want to put it. It's what I want to do. Do I have to do it? No. So that's when I go back to, it's the perception or how you want to feel in that moment. Or, you know, if I'm going to put on a nice dress or a nice outfit, I definitely want to wear makeup.
Yeah. Complete the look.
It's something about it. It just makes it makes me, I can't speak for all women, but I'm sure I can probably speak for you. It just, when you put on your pop of lipstick color, that it just brings it together. It just, I mean, like, it's our superpower.
Yep. I absolutely love it. You know, I love me a bright lip, a colorful lip, an off the wall color lip. They be like, ooh. I wore my Squidward green on Friday, and somebody was like, where did you find that? Yes, at the hair store, girl. I had to do it.
I'm asking, where's the lipstick? Because it becomes a part of personality. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your superpower. I'm going to keep saying that. It's your superpower. It's something about, if I put on earrings, I feel like I'm put together. Like, if I don't have my earrings on, I feel like I'm lost. You know, that's just it. It's just your different quirks. People have different quirks. Like, if I don't have on my wedding ring, oh my God, I left my wedding ring. Like, it becomes a part of you. Not saying that it's who you are, but it becomes a part of you.
Right. Rhonda, I'm you know, I am team everything you do. I am. If y'all don't know, I will share every post that she makes for her business. Because my goal is for her to do this full time, because she is truly, yes, I know, girl, I already know, to do this full time. And you guys, like, their clothes is fantastic. And it's exactly the brand. It's their superpower. I mean, when I see, let me sidebar my statement before I go further. Y'all need to see her mama. Like, Mama is snatched. Mama look good. Mama look like she should be somebody's sister, okay?
Like, it should be 3 sisters, not a mom and 2 daughters.
Yeah. Your mama so fine.
She is.
I gotta get her on here too. She's next. Tell her she's next. Tell Mama she's next, okay? Because Mama look good. She look good. But your brand and what you guys are doing, it's empowering. It's motivating, because you know, y'all, I mean, especially during the pandemic, technically y'all launched it during the pandemic. Yep, you launched it during the pandemic, and y'all have been, to go 3 years, normally 3 years, it'll either make or break a business. Like, you'll either go, I don't want to do this no more, I hate this stuff. But to see that you guys work through whatever y'all needed to work through, or not that you're not going to clash going forward, not that you're going to agree on everything, but to still see you guys going and to be a witness to what you guys are doing. It's like, I need to get my stuff together. I need to get my brand together. I got to get this copywritten. I got to get this logo. Like, y'all really motivated me to pursue Pillow Talk in a different perspective, because all I was trying to do was the conference as a whole. But like I told Pastor Tina, I said, man, everybody making moves. I'm trying to make moves too. You know, I want to be like Rhonda, make some of these moves over here. Yeah.
Definitely, you come alive when you do things like this, and that's what I'm saying. That's how you know it's something that you were born for, and that you know it's something that you should be embracing. Because I can tell even on this video, like, you come alive when you're talking about your conference. So I know it's something that you're supposed to be doing, and that's why I said, if you're doing something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life, because it's something that you was destined for, something that you enjoy doing. I can do this all day long. Like, I can do it all day long. I can. And like I said, it's all God. God really sustained us through we did launch through a pandemic. And the crazy thing is, I say this all the time to my mom and my sister. I say, this is something that we're doing part-time. And we're being like this. Imagine if it was something full-time that we could devote all of our time to. Yep. It would be explosive. Like really right now we're doing it like a hobby. And it's booming. So I know that it's something, you know, that God has his hands on. But we just got to remember to put him first in everything that we do and follow his lead. And, you know, it's not about us. And whatever we're doing is ministry. I have a book, but it's ministry. You have a conference, but it's ministry. Like, look how many people's lives you're touching. And when I tell you, I pray over every order. I thank God for every order. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 50. I thank God for everything that he has done, even with the business. So, I mean, I'm really excited about where it's going and where it come from, how it was built. It has been hard, it has been trying. But you know, like I said, consistency is the key. Consistency, and don't give up. I know you know this with the conference, like you started this 2 years ago, you know, and you're finally seeing it come, you know, to fruition. So it's amazing. I'm so happy for you.
No, and I'm happy for you too, boo. Rhonda, I'm just gonna say this is a great place to stop. You've been fantastic. Let the people know where to get their clothes from. Go ahead, drop all your hashtags, your @ signs, drop it all. I want everybody. Another thing, y'all need to go ahead and shop. Go ahead and shop. Don't play. Go ahead, pull your wallet out and shop. But go ahead, tell them where to find it. Mm-hmm.
So you can follow on all social media platforms at Eclectic, EKLECTIC JM, on Facebook and on Instagram. We are also on TikTok. You can follow us there at Eclectic_Jeante Mo. You can also follow me, Rhonda Dinkins, on Facebook. Our website is www.eclecticbyjeantemo.com. All of this is listed on our Facebook and social media pages. So you can follow us there. You can shop from there, all of the above.
And make sure that when you purchase, you go ahead and hashtag and let them know that you enjoyed your purchase. That is how people just say, you know what, I'm gonna try them out, because somebody random was like, yeah, share it. Don't be stingy. I hate when people get some good clothes somewhere and they don't tell nobody, oh, this is from my special. No, tell them. Share.
Absolutely. Please tag us. We want to spotlight you because we appreciate every single person. Even when you share our posts, when you like our posts, we appreciate that, because that's exposure as well. So you don't have to purchase, even though we would love for you to purchase. But by sharing, liking, talking about us, tagging us in your posts, it's very helpful for us. So we appreciate you all for that. So.
Yes. Rhonda, once again, thank you for doing this. You've been amazing. You guys, make sure you follow them. Let them know that you love them, that you saw this video. You're like, how did you find out? Pillow Talk sent me. Tell them Pillow Talk sent you. Yes. And she will be at the conference. We're trying to get this pop-up shop so y'all can just come and shop off the rack. That's what we're trying to get. So don't play with it. Come see her. Come see Rhonda. And Snatched Up Mama. Yes, and Snatched Up Mama. Every time I see her, I'm like, you better do it. But
like that when I get her age. I really do. She's definitely had a drink from the fountain of youth. She has.
Sign me up for whatever line that is. When they say black don't crack, it does not crack, okay?
I'm trying to be in that number. I really am.
All right. You guys, thank you once again. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad you came, participated. This won't be the last time. I know I'll see you again and we'll do something else. I know she has a pop-up shop coming up soon. Where's that pop-up shop at?
I have a pop-up shop on May the 22nd, and that will be in Macon at, I think it's going to be at X-Art Lounge, downtown Macon. And then we have one May the 28th. That's going to be in Dublin. I don't know the exact details of that yet, but however, you can keep track of everything that we're doing on all our social media platforms.
All right. Don't play with it. You guys get your Pillow Talk conference tickets. They are still on sale right now. Boo Thang is your promo code for 15% off. Don't play with it. Yes, Boo Thang. And if you're watching this before Mother's Day, make sure you treat your mamas. See, everybody's thinking that these clothes or these conferences are for just a certain age group. No, this is for even Big Mama now. She need to get her groove on too. She need to get revitalized. So she need to make sure she got a nice outfit. So don't play. Okay?
Don't discriminate. It's for everybody.
That's right. Don't discriminate. We don't play that up in here. Love you guys. Y'all be amazing and continue to be wild for God. Bye.